Is it a wagon? Is it an SUV? Does it matter? Nope. Born in 1997, the Subaru Forester was ahead of the curve when it comes to straddling vehicle categories. But these days, Subaru's tall wagon has morphed into something more akin to small crossovers like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Ford Escape. Regardless of how it's labeled, the Forester remains ideally crafted for small suburban families, winter travelers, and outdoorsy types alike. Even with the sun in your eyes, this fourth-generation model is still clearly a Forester, but with that boxy profile and tall side glass. That tallness comes with some obvious benefits, including 8.7 inches of ground clearance, excellent outward visibility, and high-set seats that let occupants board the vehicle without climbing up or squatting down. The Forester's shape also yields benefits in interior space. Let's say you're shooting a video in the middle of nowhere and you need to carry suitcases, a bunch of video gear, and, just in case you get stranded, some food and water. In that situation, a generous 34.4 cubic foot cargo hold would really come in handy. Pulling these remote releases lowers the nearly flat folding seats, expanding total cargo capacity to 74.7 cubic feet. Just keep in mind that if the front seats are positioned rearward, you'll have to walk around and manually remove the non-folding second row headrests. In higher trims, all that cargo space is accessible via a power height-adjustable tailgate, which is nice if your hands are full, but not if you're in a hurry. Besides slow motion operation, the tailgate's highest position is still a little low for taller folks. Enough about cargo, what about people? Not surprisingly, the high roof leaves ample space for tall hats or big egos. There's plenty of head and legroom in the back too, with reclining seats standard on all but the base trim. Dimensions aside, the interior looks good. Though not what we'd call a daring design, it's got a straightforward, uncomplicated charm, enhanced by seats that are reasonably supportive and comfortable enough for long hauls into parts unknown. Considering the steady improvement of modern car interiors, we think the Forester could be softer overall, but honestly it's soft where it counts, in the primary touch zones, so consider that a minor quibble. Somewhat more vexing is this small, not particularly sophisticated looking navigation infotainment screen and this even smaller information screen placed far away from the driver's eyes. Good luck spotting obstructions with the available backup camera. And speaking of cameras, the optional EyeSight system uses two of them. With its stereoscopic vision, EyeSight adds lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, and pre-collision braking to the Forester's capabilities. It's actually pretty amazing that this kind of technology is offered in a compact crossover, but there are a couple of trade-offs. One, the cameras sit where the sunshades ought to, so you'll have these stubby little things to deal with. And two, EyeSight's magical technology displaces the sunglass holder. Minor inconveniences aside, EyeSight's lane departure warning and adaptive cruise control work exactly as advertised. Some other optional features we really like are the fine-sounding 440-watt 8-speaker Harman Kardon audio system and this awesomely huge panoramic sunroof that lets in the sun, wind, and all sorts of other stuff. Unlike some crossovers, the Subaru is pretty legit off-road. It wouldn't be our first choice for trips to Moab, but the standard all-wheel drive system does a good job getting the power to the ground, while ground clearance, approach, and departure angles are generous enough that scraping isn't a huge issue. At speeds less than 25 miles per hour, X mode can be activated, altering throttle, transmission, hill descent, and stability controls for enhanced performance over challenging trails. Pick up the pace on some desolate dirt road somewhere, and the vehicle feels planted, controllable, and surprisingly fun. Switch to pavement, and the handling is docile, yet capable enough that you've got no excuses for holding up other drivers on the way to the trailhead. When it comes to ride quality, there are certainly softer SUVs, but the Forester is plenty civilized. Even after countless hours of driving through wasteland, we never felt beat up. Power comes courtesy of a pair of horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engines, a base 2.5-liter, and a turbocharged 2-liter. Paired with a standard 6-speed manual or a continuously variable transmission, the base engine performs well enough and returns highway economy in the low 30s when matched to the CVT. Also, take note that models powered by the base engine feature a more sedate front fascia, if you're into that sort of thing. The more powerful turbocharged 2-liter engine only comes with the CVT, which thankfully lacks the annoying racing engine action found in less refined CVTs of the past. It can also be shifted like a 6-speed manual via paddle shifters in sport mode, or strangely as an 8-speed in the racy sport sharp mode. The robust output of the turbocharged engine, synced with the quick reactions of the CVT, mean passing power is available right when you need it. Though both the CVT and turbo take a moment to reach power-friendly revs when leaving from a stop. With either engine, the Subaru Forester is rated to tow 1,500 pounds, so please go buy that jet ski. With a sub-$23,000 entry price that stretches to more than $36,000 in the range-topping, eyesight-equipped 2.0 XT touring trim, the Forester is inexpensive versus like-prepped competitors. Bolstering the Subaru's value proposition are resale values that, while not quite best in class, aren't far from it. And boy is that class filling up. Entries like the Buick Encore, Chevrolet Equinox, Ford Escape, Honda CR-V, Mazda CX-5, Nissan Rogue, and Toyota RAV4 would love to steal thunder from the Forester, but wanting and doing are two very different things. With a can-do spirit, lots of space, some cool technology, and solid value, Subaru's Forester, regardless of how it's labeled, will almost certainly remain the wagony, SUV-like crossover vehicle of choice for those with active lifestyles.